Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we have a very small Sephora haul. So before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, so yesterday I went shopping and went to Sephora. I didn't want to go too crazy, and there's really not much that's really sticking out to me right now, but I did need a couple things and there was just a couple things I wanted. So let's get into it. First, I picked up a restock of my Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm. This is probably now the 4th or 5th time I have purchased this. This is just my all-time favorite cleansing balm. I just love this. This is so good. My only gripe about this is that it's a very thick balm in a squeeze tube, which doesn't make the most sense to me, but the one I'm working through right now, I feel like they've added maybe some more oil to the balm because I don't feel like there's nearly as much that's getting stuck inside. So I'm really happy to see that. But I love this. This does such a great job at taking off all the makeup, and it's so affordable. I think this was $13, so you can't beat this in my opinion. I also picked up a mini of the Supergoop Sheer Screen. So this is one that I've wanted to try out for a long time. So it's just such a cute little mini. But I have always heard people talking about Supergoop sunscreens, and I think they took a little while to get to Canada, but I saw this yesterday and it was a mini, so I thought let's just try it out. I'm currently working on one, I think it's from La Roche-Posay, but it has a crazy white cast. So I thought this would be fun to try out as well. So I'm super excited about this. I'll definitely keep you updated on my thoughts. I also picked up a restock of my Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Volumizing Mascara. I do not typically purchase high-end mascaras, and I typically really do not repurchase them. But this one is so good. This one is just very volumizing. This is actually what I have on today. This is just a very volumizing mascara, but it also gives a lot of length and separation. I do find when you initially use it, it can be a bit messy. This is one where if you naturally have pretty large lashes, initially this one might get all over your top lid. So this is one that's a little bit better on like the 2nd or 3rd week once it's dried out just a little bit, and then it's better. You still might get a little bit of transfer, but if you're careful when you're putting this on, you won't. But this does have a pretty big wand as well. So let me show you. I'm sure you've seen this because this is definitely going around. This is pretty popular with a lot of people right now. So it's a pretty thick bristle wand. It gets right in there, and it can be a little bit messy, particularly if you have smaller eyes, but I just love this mascara, so I had to restock it. All right, a product that I mentioned recently in my best blushes video, and I mentioned that I liked the formula so much I wanted to pick up the other shades, and I actually had a few of you guys in the comments tell me that I needed to. So I did pick up another shade of the Bare Minerals Blonzer, and I picked up the shade Kiss of Copper. So I already had Kiss of Pink, and I chose to pick up Kiss of Copper. I'm not sure if I'm going to get Kiss of Rose. They do only have 3 shades. I was thinking about getting Kiss of Rose, but I'm not sure. I probably will. I might just wait for the next Sephora sale. But this is Kiss of Copper. This is actually the one I have on today. You guys were absolutely right. This is beautiful. This is a really nice one, especially for the summer, in my opinion. Like, it's got a slight bronziness to it. I guess that's the copper. But it just looks like such a summery blush. I really love this. I've only used it once, but I've used Kiss of Pink a lot. These really are so good. I completely understand why everybody has been raving about them. I think they got a lot of flack initially just for being called a bronzer when it's definitely in no dimension a bronzer, but they're so beautiful. Okay, the last product I picked up, I didn't actually get from Sephora, but it is still available at Sephora. It's just that it's available for full price. So I actually picked this up at Nordstrom Rack, and this is the Nars Summer Unrated eyeshadow palette. So this retails for 78 Canadian dollars. I paid 55. So I was really excited to find this, and it was still all in the shrink wrap and everything. So I was very excited to find this. This was quite a score. So this is the packaging. This is really, really pretty. And I've actually never used Nars eyeshadows before. So I really didn't know what to expect, but I know I've heard a ton of people mentioning how good this one actually is. So I was really excited to find it at Nordstrom, and I put it on today and I love it. This is a very, very pigmented palette. I was shocked. Even these really light shades only require like 2 dips with a brush, if that. The darker shades, I was even more careful. These are so pigmented. They blend out so well. This is a very high quality eyeshadow palette in my opinion. I love this. And again, this is one that I was quite curious about because I never use NARS eyeshadows, but I was curious. You know, it's a brand I do enjoy overall, and I just heard so many people online saying how this is a really good palette, and NARS gets a lot of flack because they come out with the same things kind of over and over and over again, especially when it comes to Orgasm or Laguna. But a lot of people, even some pretty tough critics, were saying that this was amazing. So I really had to pick this up and test it out. I've obviously only used it once. I used it this morning and I love it. So glad I picked this up. I think this is going to get a ton of love from me. This is just a really, really beautiful little palette. So very excited about that as well. I don't think I saw a ton of reviews on that palette when it first came out. I think it was just a couple months ago. So if you'd like to see a review, let me know because I can definitely do that. I'd be happy to. But that is it. That is my mini Sephora haul. So I got a couple skincare items and then a restock of a mascara, another bronzer, and the palette. I felt like it was a pretty good haul. Nothing too crazy, but at the same time it kind of scratched that itch for some new makeup. So that is it for me today. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week. And that is it for me today. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!